Subscribe for more.
I never thought the words open marriage would enter my life without warning, but they did. My name is Nathaniel Crow. I am 43, and until recently, I believe my marriage was stable, if a little quiet. I married Elise Harrington 11 years ago. She was sharp, witty, British by upbringing, but living in the States for work. I was steady, predictable, the man who paid bills on time and showed up. We built a life that looked calm from the outside. The conversation happened on a Sunday evening. No shouting, no tears. She poured wine, sat across from me, and said she had been doing a lot of thinking. She said marriage did not have to mean ownership. She said love could be expansive. She said she wanted honesty above all else. Then she asked if I would consider opening our marriage. I did not react right away. I asked questions. I listened. I tried to understand. She framed it as growth, as freedom, as something modern couples did when they respected each other. She said she still loved me. She said this was not about replacing me. She said it could even bring us closer. I told her I needed time. That night, I barely slept. I replayed every quiet dinner, every distracted response, every time she guarded her phone. I wondered if this was about curiosity or something already in motion. Over the next week, she seemed lighter. She spoke about rules, transparency, boundaries. She suggested therapy articles and podcasts. I noticed she did not ask how I felt, only whether I was ready. I said no, calmly. I told her I was not built for that kind of arrangement. I said I valued exclusivity, not out of control, but out of commitment. She nodded, smiled faintly, and said she understood. The subject went quiet. 2 weeks later, I found out the marriage was already open. It was not through snooping or obsession. It was accidental. I borrowed her tablet to check a recipe while cooking dinner. A message popped up, a name I did not recognize, Oliver Bainbridge. The message was familiar, intimate, casual in a way reserved for people who had already crossed lines. I did not scroll far. I did not need to. When I confronted her, she did not deny it. She sighed. She said it just happened. She said it was not physical at first. She said the open marriage conversation was her way of being ethical about feelings she could not control. She said she did not want to hurt me. What she did not say was sorry. She explained that Oliver was someone from work. Understood her. She said she felt alive again. She said she never meant for it to overlap. She said timelines were messy. I asked her one question. How long? She hesitated, then said 8 months. 8 months of dinners, holidays, shared plans, and silent deception. 8 months of me believing distance was stress, not strategy. Something shifted in me then. Not rage, not collapse, just clarity. I told her I would not compete in my own marriage. I told her openness after secrecy was not honesty, it was justification. I told her she did not ask for an open marriage. She asked for permission to continue. That night, I slept in the guest room. The next morning, I booked a hotel. I did not argue. I did not threaten. I did not beg. I simply removed myself from a situation that required me to abandon my values to stay. She was shocked by how quickly I moved. Over the following days, the truth continued to surface. Mutual friends knew more than I did. Subtle changes made sense. Late meetings, sudden gym sessions. I met with a lawyer. I learned my options. I protected my finances. When I told Elise I wanted a separation, she cried for the first time. She never thought I would leave. Somewhere along the way, she stopped seeing me as a man with boundaries and started seeing me as infrastructure. I moved into a short-term rental near the river. The first nights were heavy, but the weight was different. It was grief without humiliation. Elise tried to reach out later. She said Oliver was not what she imagined. I declined, not because I hated her, but because clarity does not require closure conversations. I learned something painful and valuable. When someone asks to change the rules after breaking them, the request is not mutual growth. It is damage control. I did not lose my marriage because I refused to be modern. I lost it because I refused to be optional. Walking away was the moment I stopped negotiating my self-worth.